And we begin in Greece today, where fire officials say at least 32 people have been killed and dozens more injured in a train crash. A cargo train collided with a passenger train near the city of Larissa in the Thessaly region. Conditions for the rescuers are described as very difficult. The army's been mobilised to help, and dozens of fire and ambulance staff are at the scene. Stephanie Prentice reports.
It's been described by local authorities as a powerful collision and a terrible scene, while passengers said the crash felt like being in an earthquake.
We heard a big bang. It was 10 nightmarish seconds. We were turning over in the wagon until we fell on our sides and until the commotion stopped. Then there was panic, cables everywhere. Fire. The fire was immediate. As we were turning over, we were being burned. Fire was right and left.
As rescue teams work their way through these dark and smoky carriages, the death toll keeps rising. After a high-speed collision in the night between a cargo train and a passenger train. Hundreds of passengers have been evacuated by rescue teams, some dragged to safety after crawling through upside-down carriages.
It was chaos. Tumbling over, fires, cables hanging, broken windows, people screaming, people trapped.
These people are the lucky ones. Fire officials say the first two carriages of the train completely disintegrated in the crash. The next two were derailed entirely. How two trains travelling in opposite directions came to directly collide will be the next issue officials will tackle. For now, their focus is on recovery. And as morning breaks in Greece, the hope is the light will bring survivors with it.
And Stephanie joins me now in the studio. So Stephanie, it's just after 8 o'clock in the morning there. So it's, a lot easier for those who are trying to help and rescue, find out if there's any other survivors.
Absolutely, Sally. So this has been described as the worst train crash that Greece has ever seen. And during the night, of course, rescuers have been picking through carriages, through debris, broken glass, twisted metal, in the dark with torches. What we've been seeing this morning from the latest pictures is a much lighter scene that will make that job a lot easier. We know that more teams are arriving all the time, and they do hope to find survivors. They're still calling this a rescue mission, not a recovery mission. But alongside all that concern for the survivors and the initial shock, begs the question of how this happened. This was a high-speed cargo train colliding with a passenger train, and as yet we've been given no indication as to how or why. What we do know is the government did call an emergency meeting, and we are expecting a press conference later this morning that could provide us with a few more of those answers.
Yeah, I mean, that is the key question, isn't it? What happens afterwards in terms of an investigation as to how this could happen with so many fatalities.
Absolutely, and that is what we're expecting to unfold as the morning goes on.